think it's safe to say, and interesting to note, that there's no two ways about it. Harry and Meghan see themselves still very much as royals. We noted that on that recent trip to Nigeria, and simply the way that they conduct themselves, and more importantly the way they want to meet people, shake hands with people, and keep people behind barriers, making sure they can get close but not too close. But one might suggest that this particular recent tour to Nigeria, this fake holiday royal tour, whatever you want to call it, is more upsetting for His Majesty the King than previously first thought. But now apparently Meghan's set to rev it up 100%. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I'm talking to you, I know. We'll have a quick wave. You're all right. Lots of people on bikes here. I don't know about you. It's now turning into a bit of a bike city here in the very heart of London. It's all right, isn't it? But I don't know about you. Would you test going on one of those bikes that's not your own for the first time and going on the road? I think people are very brave doing that because you kind of got to get used to your own bike, haven't you? You know where the gears are, the brakes, the seat, all that sort of stuff. The zip on, is it an age thing? I'd just be sort of thinking, I'm not sure I feel that comfortable in this, and that would make me a little bit nervous. Yes, you know what I mean. We are similar. Yes, you see, I'd have a three-wheeler. Well, in fact, I'd be sat in the box in the front of a three-wheeler. You've got one. We're on. I'll see you soon. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. Now, here's again where I find this slightly upsetting to say the least, because as we know, His Majesty the King still battling on with his own health issues, as is of course Catherine the Princess of Wales. But of course, when you're trying to build an empire, you don't really care about other people. It's all about what you want to do. And what we saw recently on that Nigerian tour with Meghan and Harry was they believe that this is the future, this is the way forward. Not only that, Meghan's convinced that this will show the world, once the documentary comes out, just how popular she is and how wrong the royal family were to let her go. You get the picture. But you see now, apparently according to a very well-placed source who was on the tour, well, she wants to rev it up 100%. And this is incredibly cruel when you think about it, because you see their idea, and you know, when you think about it, in her eyes, I can understand makes sense. His Majesty the King and the Queen Camilla, have had to pull back on any overseas visits, even though we're told that, of course, His Royal Highness, His Majesty the King hopes to get over to Australia later this year. I think that's a big ask, you know, it's a big trip and a lot of demands on him. But we've seen Charles already pulling himself back and working, I believe, very hard on behalf of us. But here's where it gets difficult, because of course if he can't do that, then Harry and Meghan see this as a wonderful window of opportunity for them to seize the moment. Well, the real royals can't get out to places. Why not have the second-rate royals, as in Harry and Meghan, sweeping up, building popularity in territories that you wouldn't normally assume, hence the region Nigeria. You see how this works. Now, I told you the other day they're looking at other options, other countries that they could replicate this format to. Harry feels very comfortable doing this because, of course, it's something he's done all of his life. It works very well for Meghan because, of course, she gets the adoration, fake or not, that she's come to love, adore and need as a fix. And as for the King, well, he, of course, has to sit back, relax and literally take it easy. He's seen, well, the two people that should have been very supportive of him during this particular difficult period decide that, well, they can overtake him and suddenly take on, perhaps, some of the areas that he's now no longer able to attend to, adding no doubt even more stress to the whole situation. Either way, these are the developing plans of the Sussexes. Interesting, don't you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.